Hey everyone, Ryan Young, KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu. I hope you're doing well. As some of you have seen in our videos, and we haven't had very many videos of late, only because we kind of used all the ones that I had in the hopper while we were doing our Thanksgiving basket drive, and that is the biggest event for me in any given year, and this year was no exception. So if you get a chance to kind of want to see what KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu was up to this past Thanksgiving, then go ahead and check out that video, and we'll put it right up here. Now, for today's lesson, I want to cover a couple of topics. One is low expectations, and why low expectations could be the key to happiness, because it is for me. Maybe it'll be for you. So what does it mean when I say I have low expectations? You know, in life, with everything, with my kids, right? If I want them to do something, I keep low expectations so that it's easy for them to meet it, and then I can always raise the expectations. You know, let's say I expect straight A's from one of my kids, but you know, how often are they going to get straight A's? You know, especially when they're into the college courses in high school, and it's very difficult to expect that. What I do is I expect, say, a 3.0 GPA, which just means B's. And once they meet that, then it's like, okay, well, how about we get one A and the rest B's? Right? And then 2 A's and the rest B's. Eventually, you know, then we work to a 3.5 GPA where half A's, half B's. And I'm happy, right? It's like, whoa, 3.5, right on. And if my child ends up getting below 3.5, then it's only a little bit below. It's not a huge disappointment versus a 4.0, right? 3.4 versus a 3.5 is not as bad as a 3.4 versus a 4.0. If I'm always expecting, but no, Ryan, you need to expect greatness. Well, yeah, I do. But greatness doesn't always come tomorrow. Sometimes you have to work to it. Think about your jiu-jitsu journey. Here you are, you're training, you're maybe a white belt, and you're thinking, well, someday I'd like to be a black belt. Well, you're not going to be one tomorrow. You got to get the blue belt first. So just set your expectations to be, well, here's the list of curriculum, list from the curriculum that I need to know to get the blue belt. Well, that's kind of a big list, right? Because in ours, you know, I just finished doing testing 3 of our Austin students for blue belt, and we're probably looking at maybe 150 concepts I need to know. That's a lot of stuff. It took us over 3 hours to test them as a group, and we just went through that list. So those of you who come and see us at KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu online, you know, come see us there, and then you can see all the videos, and you see how many videos there are. You got to know this stuff, right? It's a lot of stuff to get to blue belt, but it can be done if your expectations are low enough, right? You set them correctly. I mean, eventually you want to get through it all, but let's say I'm going to do module 1. You got to get through module 1 first. Well, you got to do one piece at a time, because module 1 might have 25, 30 different concepts in it. Right? You got to do 1 at a time. So set your expectations to do 1 today and 1 tomorrow. Think of it this way: in 25 days, you'd have gone through all of them. Now, will you know all of them really well? I don't know. But at least you went through them in 25 days. So what you could do then is maybe set your expectations a little bit lower. Just say, well, I want to go through each lesson in module 1 in a 3-day period. So what that'll mean is you might finish it in 75 days. That's still, what, 2.5 months? And if you do that times 6, that's what, 12, 13 months, 14 months maybe, right? So a little over a year, you'll run through the entire blue belt curriculum and you will know it. That's a great way to do it. Another way to think about it is, there's that saying, right? Just get 1% better today than you were yesterday. That is setting low expectations, right? You're setting an expectation for being better today than you were yesterday, but you're not setting it really high. If you set your expectations, say by year end, I want to be 100% better than I am today. Whatever measurement you want to choose, but you say 100% better. How are you going to measure that? I mean, are you actively going to think to yourself, oh, I'm only 26% up? Oh boy, and I got 6 months left in the year, so half the year is over and I'm only 26% up. I'm not at 50% up, which is where you'd expect to be. So you're going to have to really work hard. Your work's cut out for you. Well, that means you were slack in the beginning. Instead, just simply try to make yourself do 1% better every day. Every day you're on the mat. Let's say you're on the mat 3 days a week. That would mean that you're going to be 3% better this week versus last week. Well, there's 52 weeks in the year, and you just do simple math, forget about the compounding effect, right? you're looking at about 150% improvement, which is better than what you had originally expected. But look how easy it was. Every time you went in, I'm just 1% better today than I was the last time I was in class. Right? Whether it be, instead of doing 100 push-ups like I did last class, I'm going to do 101. All right, 100 is a lot, but you can get there. Okay, you can, but you just got to work there one at a time. Set your expectations low, and you will almost never be disappointed. On the other hand, if you fail on a particular day to be 1% better, you know I've been there before. So since I've been there, I can do it again. Easy, right? So just simply do what you did last time at the very minimum. Don't go home until you get to where you were at the end of last class. Now, if you simply just be at a plateau, that's fine. We can't improve every day, but at least we need to try to be where we were at least the last time. And then come in the next time. Let's say that was Wednesday. Come in on Friday, and then just try to make your 1% there. Don't think to yourself, I need to make it up and I need to now do 2% on Friday. No, just do 1%. Remember, if your goal is 100% for the year, you can miss out on 50 days of the year and still be at 100%, right? But if you do 1% every time you go in, 3 days a week, 52 weeks a year, you're going to be at 150+%. Does that make sense, right? Set your expectations low. So, like, even with friends, I don't set my expectations high. You say, well, I expect more out of you. And you're talking about a particular friend. No, they're human just like you are. If you're supposed to meet your friend at a certain time, your friend's not there. Well, I go in thinking I'm going to be there, and if you want to join me, great. If you don't join me, that's great too. If you end up joining me, then now you've just exceeded my expectation, because I was kind of on the fence whether you're going to come or not. And you come, you show up, great. I have a great time spending time with you, with my friend, and things are all good. On the other hand, if you don't if you don't come out like, you might have said you were, then it's like, it's okay. I'm not going to let it wreck my day. Why? Because I have low expectations. Now, your friend may not want to hear that you have low expectations of them, but really, if you always have high expectations and something always comes up and your friend ends up not coming, guess what? You're just going to be disappointed all the time. And, it's going to seep into your relationship, that disappointed feeling. And you're not going to end up being friends for very long, because you always build these unrealistic expectations in your friend. Now, you are your greatest friend, so don't build those high expectations in your greatest friend, meaning you. Set your expectations just a little bit higher than what it was. Right? And I've told this story before about me training with Master Dave Kama. And when I train with him on a daily basis, what he would do is he would give me stuff. He'd kind of just hover, just where my level is, he'd hover right here, right? Just so that he could then teach me how to surpass that level that he's at. So I might have that flash of brilliance and boom, I surpass it. Great going, Ryan. Now you're at this level. Well, thank you. Okay. Now, guess what happens? Now we're training, and all of a sudden, he's now up here. Eventually, what happens is it's just a series of pulling me up. On the other hand, if he just trained with me with this much difference in level between us, I can't possibly understand the chasm that exists between us, because it's too far. I can't even see the difference. So what he does, he sets his expectations down here. Just get to here, Ryan, right? And you'll, boom, easy. So he's pulling me up and pulling me up and pulling me up at a rate that might seem slow, like a turtle's pace, but given how much I trained, it's actually, I've come a long way. And that's the practice that I use with my students, right? That's what I learned from Dave, and that's what I use on my students as well. The thing is, though, I have to keep remembering as an instructor where I had you the last time, and I need to remember, hey, last time you were there. Why are you lower than that now? Come on, let's pick it up. Let's at least get back to where you were the last time you were here, right? I'm setting my expectation. It may seem like it's high, but really those expectations are not high. They're low. And I'm giving the student a chance to have a win. Right? I'm always giving them a win. It's not a win for nothing. It's not like getting a trophy for just participating. That's not it. No, you need to improve. If you improve, then you got to win. And I'm going to help you get to that win. So for you, if you're in a rut and you're not doing well, whether it be in jiu-jitsu or in life, look at your expectations and set them accordingly. If you can do that, then you will be much happier in your jiu-jitsu, and if you do that in life as well. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Like and subscribe. Share it if you really like it. And be sure to visit us at KAATARO.online.com. And you can also come see us at our studios. We have one in Laguna Hills, California. That's called Kama Jiu-Jitsu Irvine. We have one in Dallas, Fort Worth at Kama Jiu-Jitsu Flower Mound. And we have one in Austin, Texas at Kama Jiu-Jitsu Austin. Or you can simply come visit us at KAATARO.online.com. Anyway, we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Happy training. Bye now.